I'm remiss in not saying something while the CCAC group was still here. I wanted to thank them for the presentation. I had the benefit of being at a meeting this morning, which many of our county council members was there, Mr. Boniface, a number of folks from the Route 40 corridor. It's the Route 40 corridor. It's a group looking at growth in that area. And one of the things that I had heard about before but really wanted to take note of was that the ARC, which is a national organization that supports adults in special education, is looking to have a new program there focused on support for adults with disabilities. And it's a group that we have some relationship with. But one of the things you heard from the CCAC group was the word transition. And for those of you who aren't aware of special education, transition is when we do active planning prior to a student leaving high school and how they transition into the world of work and the broader world beyond school. And I see opportunities in working more closely with organizations like the ARC who are looking to ramp up their support in our community. But I also think as we look at the North Star Initiative, that the idea of how we prepare students to be successful beyond high school has to include every single student. So we need to be very deliberate in how we look at the transition plans for students and where we can find some victories there for our students who are in special education while they're with us. But I see a great opportunity. It's nice to have the partners coming together and sharing these ideas. And so again, thank you to the presentation from CCAC tonight. A couple things coming up. Board members, you received invitation to our first ever Grata Tour. And if you don't know what that is where we bring a number of school leaders, we invite board members, we invite community leaders, literally to get on a bus, visit a few of our schools, and say thank you in every room in the building. It's a very simple activity, but I think it's something that has great impact in our schools because we recognize that we often don't have enough of an opportunity to say thank you, but we also don't have enough of an opportunity just to get in and see the great work that's going on. So I invite anyone who's available. The first one is November 20th, this Wednesday. I know we have some people signed up already, and of course there'll be many more opportunities this year. So if you can't make it this week, just look for the schedule. Parent Academy, we have two more events this week. On Wednesday evening, Eric Davis, Chief of Administration, Renee DiBiase, who is a regular attendee but isn't here this evening, which is, we'll give her a pass once. But she's a fantastic member. She's the head of the Harford County PTA. The three of us, I will be there as well, will be presenting on parent advocacy tips, which is basically, again, going through some of those basics. How can a parent or guardian be better equipped to advocate for the needs of their children in our schools? And so we go through some very practical tips. For some people, some of the ideas may seem common sense, but of course there will be, I'm very confident there will be some ahas in there as well. So we'd love to have as many people. It's at Aberdeen Middle School, Wednesday evening on the 20th, and you can find more information on our website. We have also announced, and we have many people already registered to attend, the two community budget meetings, one this Thursday, the 21st, at C. Milton Wright High School, and one on Monday, the 25th, at Joppatown High School. And that is an evening. The format will be similar to the community meetings I conducted last year during the entry plan, where I do a brief presentation with some information about the school system and the budget, and then there's an opportunity for attendees to meet at tables, have conversations with members of the senior staff, leave feedback, and I have a chance to sort of rotate from table to table and glean information. And then we collect all the written feedback and use that as part of the development of the budget that I bring to the board. So this is the point at which I'm gathering information to share with you on the board, and then in January I will make my presentation of a proposed budget to you, and then you will have some time to work with that. Last week, November 11th through the 15th, was School Psychologist Week. And so just to take a moment, I know this is sort of a post thank you, but We have talked many times about the increasing need for mental health services for our student and the, I think, increased burden that we're seeing on our students with regard to mental health. So anything to bring attention to school psychology and particularly the people who deliver support in those areas. I mean, going back again, we've had the Stop Stigma Night. One of the great goals of that evening was just to normalize discussions around issues related to mental health. And so we continue on that. And then to follow right behind that, you heard Ms. Poper's commentary on Education Support Professionals Day, which is this Wednesday. I would like to echo her words. When you think of education support professionals, we're talking about paraeducators, secretaries, technical staff, including folks like security officers, bus drivers, child nutrition. There are so many people, and I think as I introduced them at the kickoff this summer, they're all educators. We only hire educators in the school system. And so they are contributing every day. And also, at this opportunity to thank Mr. Glassman for his acknowledgement of the education support professionals, and thank you, Ms. Poper, for bringing that. And then I would close with one detail. It is time to nominate people for the Teacher of the Year. Nominations are due to us by January 2nd. We have information on our homepage. You need to go into the staff tab. But we had a great year with Paige Milanowski being a finalist this year at the state level, and we have the most fantastic finalists who we're working with this year. They're doing so much with our Parent Academy work, with our customer service work. They're just contributing in 1,000 different ways. It's nice to have that opportunity to go through and just identify the best of the best from within the district. And once we have their names, we put them to work. But it's been great. They're a huge resource. So if you know of one of those people who is working in a school near you, I'd ask you to take a look at making a nomination for us prior to the new year. So again, thank you all. Thank you everyone for this evening, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Ms. Smith.
Yes, our upcoming meetings will be held on December 9th and December 16th, both here at the AA Roberti Building at 6:30 p.m.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.